Archibald Gardner and his brother walked from the Ottawa Valley in the early 1830s and took up land on Lot 18, Warwick Township, land on the southwest edge of what is now Watford. It was soldiers' land. They walked back to Lanark County in the fall and came back the next spring with their sister. That fall she walked back to Lanark, and the next spring walked back with her father and mother and the rest of the family. In 1834, the settlers of Mosa, Alfred, and Brook Townships petitioned the Lieutenant Governor of Upper Canada to build a mill on Bear Creek, somewhere between Adelaide and Gore Township. In 1837, Gardner's Mill was built on Bear Creek on Lot 18, Concession 6 of Brook Township. The dam was made of 18-inch square blue logs of oak, crisscrossed, 5 layers deep, designed to hold back enough water overnight to run the mill the next day when the flume was opened. Settlers came from miles around to grind their grain into flour. Gardner built a sawmill immediately to the south of the flour mill, and in 1842 built a mill in Enniskillen Township, 1.5 miles north of Petrolia. A Mormon missionary came through the area in the early 40s, and Gardner was converted to the Mormon faith, and he and his followers built a Mormon church near his property in one day. In the winter of 1846, Gardner's mother became very sick and was near death. She made one request: to be baptized as a Mormon before she died. At that time, to be baptized as a Mormon, you had to be totally immersed. The family bundled her up and took her to Browns Creek, near the intersection of Old Walnut Road and LaSalle Line. There they chopped through several inches of ice. One of the neighbors stated that if she survived, he would become a Mormon too. They immersed her, bundled her up, and took her home. The next day the neighbor went to the home expecting the worst. She met him at the door fully recovered. But that neighbor never became a Mormon. In the late winter, Gardner left with others for Nauvoo, Illinois, the jumping-off point for Mormons traveling to Utah. A road had to be hewed out of the bush, north through Watford, to connect with the Egremont Road. The route he followed on foot, named Nauvoo, was one of Lambton's pioneer roads and is now known as Highway 79 or Nauvoo Road. The route then led him west through Port Sarnia, where he crossed the ice on the river and continued on through Utah and Wyoming, where Archibald Gardner became prominent in the Mormon faith until his death. A unique monument was erected at Alvinston in 1946, 100 years after Gardner's departure. The monument, which includes the millstone Gardner used at his grist mill, is still on display in Alvinston.